Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and once again, we're going to play the Planet Crafter. So today, we're going to talk about trees. I just unlocked the tree spreader and thought I'd show you how to actually start planting some trees, which will increase your oxygen and your biomass by a significant amount. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Let's get out of this building that I'm in. There we go. So the trees are pretty far along. So if you're worried about spoilers, you may want to stop watching right now. But if you want to see how to get the trees, then, feel free to keep watching. This is where I'm at right now, terraformation stages. I'm on trees. The next stage is insects, but I don't believe they've actually been implemented yet. So I'm like sort of at the point where the developer needs to add more stuff before I can actually see new things. I've researched a bunch of stuff too. Since the last video, I also launched a Tier 2 GPS. I launched a Tier 1 during the video, but since I have launched a Tier 2, and you can actually see that it's zoomed out further than it was before. So I've got a bunch of these screens scattered around the map, and that way when I interact with it, I can see a bunch of stuff. Still can't really interact or anything like that, but it's kind of cool to look at nonetheless. But anyway, getting back to trees, what you're going to need first is a couple of things. You're going to need this structure here, which, let's see if I jump into, I think it's the biodome, I believe. Actually, the biodome 2, tier 2 is what you need. So if you haven't reached this part yet, well, you're kind of SOL. You're going to need fertilizer, bacteria samples, super alloys, and sulfur. And the reason why you need this structure is because it produces tree bark. You can walk back here, pick one of these up. I'll go ahead and do that now. And then I'll just store them. And then, it produces 2 at a time. So coming in here and grabbing those on occasion. You can also grab them from this as well. But you're going to need that. You're also going to need the biolab. Actually, you need to build this first, because you can't build that until you build this. Reason being, you need like bacteria samples to build the biodome 2. For example, there's fertilizer, bacteria samples, and so on. You need to do that here. So you see there's the fertilizer, there's the bacteria samples. You're going to need algae, which is right from the water once you get that going. So this is pretty far along. To make your life easier, you may want to have eggplant, mushroom, and squash growing. More eggplant than anything else, simply because you're going to be using or constructing a lot of fertilizer, and you can see here it requires 2 eggplant per fertilizer. And the fertilizer is what you use in order to put down the flower spreaders, assuming you want to grow your biomass by a decent amount. I have the tier 2 right now. There's also the algae generator. That's how you generate the algae that you need in the water. That also requires a fertilizer there. So like I said, eggplant, you're going to need a lot of that. We'll go ahead and just harvest these real quick. Mushroom, awesome. Squash. Let's see if these are done. They are awesome. Okay, we'll go ahead and store those. It's also a good idea to add some storage to these structures that you put down, like either in here or like outside like this. I've got all of my plant stuff outside here, and I can utilize it whenever I need it. The reason why I have it outside this biolab here is because eventually you'll be able to build this DNA sequencer. Or the DNA manipulator that requires a pulsar quartz, explosive powder, bioplastic nugget, and a super alloy. So again, late game stuff. Once you build it, the way you get this is as follows. There are 2 screens. So if you interact with the top one, you can see the recipe. Okay. So for example, let's see if I can find one that I've got. Okay. So seed, pastera, tree bark, and mutagen. Okay, that's one of these here. Let's see, where is seed? There it is. So tree seed alatus. This is how you create the tree seeds, okay, to put into the tree spreader. So you need the tree bark, you need the mutagen, and the seeds. You find the seeds in the environment. The mutagen you make via this console here, and that requires methane cartridges, bacteria samples, and sulfur. Again, all late game stuff. So what you're going to do is you're just going to interact with this, see what you need, and then you come down here, and then you put those 3 things into this, well, these slots. So 1, 2, 3, and hit research. And then it's going to start sequencing. It takes a little bit of time. It's going to give you a count like 1%, 2%, and so on. Yeah, growth is 0% right now. It's just going to take some time. Well, yeah, there we go. Start sequencing. There we go. 1%, 2%. Apparently it's 2 button presses, not just 1. So it's going to output the tree seed in this screen. It's going to remove these 3 and give you the tree seed. You're then going to take that and bring it over to, of course it's going to get dark, bring it over to your tree spreaders. Now, how do you get these tree spreaders? Well, let's go ahead and head inside, show you around a bit. Okay. So, yeah, I've got some blue glow sticks, by the way. You find blueprints, little blueprint chips, and one of these things is a light. I like that you can just change the colors, so you can light up your base any which way you want. Really cool. Love that little aesthetic there. But anyway, also this is a nice little power generator machine. That's a lot of power. 1835. I think that's like half my power right now. Yeah, almost. Yeah, I've got 4,300 right now. So anyway, getting to, what was I getting into? How to get the tree spreaders. So the tree spreaders come in multiple tiers. I've actually unlocked tier 2 before I've unlocked the first tier somehow. So here's the tree spreader. I need 65 biomass in order to unlock that. But I unlocked the tier 2 tree spreader first of all things, which I believe is done via one of these. Let's see. It's on one of these menus. There it is. Oxygen. If you get your oxygen up to a certain amount, it's on the very end of the tree. So my oxygen, just keep launching rockets. Just keep launching rockets. You'll get so much stuff. Look at all that. It's a lot. I'm sure other people have gotten even higher than this, but just keep launching rockets and increasing your oxygen and all that jazz. So I got my tier 2 tree spreader, and to craft it, you need super alloy, bacteria sample, tree bark, fertilizer, and zeolite. Again, zeolite and fertilizer, a lot of that stuff is endgame, but you'll find that stuff too, just around the environment. But anyway, you craft your tree spreader, and you put your newly grown seed in here. So I've already got something growing. I've got the linifolia in there. So yeah, this is still growing though. This is at 57% growth. You can actually see the trees are starting to grow here. So this is going to be really cool when it's all said and done. So I'm going to be working toward that. The tier 2 spreader gives you a decent amount of stuff. Going back to this, if I can, there we go. Trying to see the numbers there. So biomass is 149 G per second, uses 71 kilowatts of power per second, and oxygen 2.44 ppt per second. So it gives you a decent amount of biomass. So biomass, I mean, trees are obviously going to be great for that. Let's see if this thing is done. Almost. It's at 66%. But like I said, when it is done, it's just going to go ahead and just output right here. So there you go. This was just a quick video outlining trees and how you go about doing them. Again, there's a lot of prep involved in that. You're going to be crafting a lot of, material A to get to material B, and then using those 2 to get to material C, and then you're going to be doing a lot of that. But trees are late game at the moment, and that is how you get them. So I can't wait to start messing around with that, and yeah, just making this place a bit more beautiful than what it is. So there you go. Quick one for you. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to me on Twitch and YouTube. That way you can stay up to date with any new content I'm going to publish. This is Vince. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. Take care.